Hey, what is going on, guys? It's me again, and I'm going to be reviewing Suicide Squad. I didn't watch it on the premiere night, so that's why this video is being made super late. I watched it last night with my buddy, and I do have a lot of things to say about this movie. It was A, David Ayer said it was a love story to the fans, to the comic book fans, but B, it was a disservice to critics or people that are just regular moviegoers, such as people on Rotten Tomatoes. Those guys are anal as fuck. But I am a comic book fan, but I'm going to give you an unbiased review. So let's start off with the top four characters in Suicide Squad. Number four, we're coming in with Amanda Waller. Now, who remembers this bitch from the Justice League TV shows? This lady was one bad motherfucker, pulling strings in the government to get what she wanted. And she also had an aura wherever she went. Even when she was on the iPad in that scene, she had fucking power over everybody. And in that scene when she was being rescued, and she shot all the government agents after she was rescued by Rick Flag, god damn, that actor is one mean ass bitch, and I definitely want to see her again in the future. Coming in at number three was Jared Leto Letter as the Joker, and he was actually pretty damn good in my opinion. The only issue that I had was he didn't get enough screen time to actually prove that he's good. People kept comparing him to Heath Ledger, but everyone's got to have a different take on it. They can't just fucking copy each other. He had a good mix of being sinister, but he also had a pretty damn clear goal in the movie, which was to rescue Harley Quinn. Now, number two is coming in hot with Will Smith as Deadshot. However, he's number two, but I definitely had a lot of mixed feelings about him, just because he's supposed to be a cold, calculative killer son of a bitch. Even though in the New 52 series, he is a sarcastic bastard with a big mouth, and he talks a lot, I didn't really like that version of him. I really thought that Will Smith should not have been casted as Deadshot. The other guy from Arrow, I think he absolutely killed that version as Deadshot. Or maybe he would have been a better actor for this role, or someone like him. I feel like there were just too many feelings of Will Smith having his own lines being Will Smith. And he's not really embodying the actual Deadshot feel. I feel like I see the Fresh Prince every time he's doing Deadshot or whatever, and it just didn't feel like it was natural. It felt like it was very forced, and I'm pretty sure there's other people that actually feel the same way about me. But moving on to number one is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She saved this movie's ass from plummeting to anything lower than a 6 out of 10, or even lower than 28 on Rotten Tomatoes. Her take on Harley was definitely true to the source material, and her outfit was also an Easter egg to pay homage to the 1990s Batman animated series cartoon that we all knew and love. And I definitely enjoyed her performance, and I honestly thought that she carried this movie. She had a mix of craziness, she loved the fucking Joker and wanted his dick, and that was perfectly true to the source material as well, which I really hope they continue making her as one of the poster girls for the franchise, or else it would have been donezo. So here are the top three Easter eggs, or noticeable Easter eggs or cameos in the movie. There are like at least 50 Easter eggs, but fuck the other ones. Let's just talk about the ones that actually mattered and didn't waste time in the movie. Number three, it would definitely be The Flash. Now, I was an extreme Ezra Miller hater. I thought that he was going to be fucking shit, but just because of the Grant Gustin take, and I love Grant Gustin, I love the TV show. I might make some more videos on that, but back on track. It was just refreshing to see someone new, and the outfit looked insane. His costume looks great. It's not like that leather like fetish that CW has. I think that was bullshit. But you can clearly tell that that was a cut by Zack Snyder, and it was kind of weird the way they cut it. But moving on to number two, the Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller ending scene. Holy shit, that was the number one tribute to a comic book fan. Does anyone else remember that relationship that Bruce Wayne and Waller had in the Justice League TV show and in Batman Beyond? This was amazing how they gave it back to the fans, where they already have an established relationship between the two. Even earlier in the film, that Easter egg of Waller giving an quote-unquote an anonymous tip in Gotham City, that was fucking gold, man. They had so many moments in the Justice League TV show, and it was awesome. So she already knows who Batman is, and she knows that he does that fucking Batman shit at night. So that's really refreshing to have. And number one, obviously, Batman. This is the obvious number one pick. I think Ben Affleck is way better than Christian Bale as Batman because he doesn't have that bullshit Casey fighting style that Nolan put in the Nolanverse Batman. I thought that was really weird. I didn't like the cancerous voice. I liked the voice modulator that they took from Arrow. That was fucking amazing. Now, overall, I'm unbiased here. I give the film a 6.5, 7 out of 10. The character development only included the top dogs of the film, and everyone else was just rushed like crazy. So obviously, the critics on Rotten Tomatoes are going to be a little bit retarded and give him 28%. Even though it was made for the fans like myself, it was still very incoherent and had fucking sloppy ass editing. Like, I thought this was supposed to be DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy, and they only had like 175 mil budget, and Guardians had like a 230 mil budget. I thought Time Warner were the big dogs of the playing field here, not Disney, but they cheaped the fuck out on that editing for sure. I also felt like the story of Enchantress, as Amanda's pet running loose, was a little too fantastical to introduce to the squad for the first movie, and I feel like they should have stuck to the Joker running wild on a rampage, going chaotic. The marketing for this movie did cheat us out a little bit, and it was weird to see the big bad being introduced in the first phase of the film when they were just trying to scramble for the introduction. I wanted to see the Joker pull strings on people and just cause a shit ton of terror in Midway City. Obviously, you don't want to be Gotham City because Batman would appear and then it would turn into like that weird Batman and Suicide Squad Arkham Asylum animated movie. So, yeah, we already saw like a CGI clusterfuck for Batman versus Superman. So I have no idea why they did another CGI fuckfest for this one with even like a third of the budget, which is really weird. Now, obviously, by the end of the film, we all knew that Amanda Waller was the real big bad pulling all the strings. And if that wasn't clear to anyone in Rotten Tomatoes, they should probably eat a Rotten Tomato for being super salty and retarded as fuck. By the end of the film, also, there was no team cohesion and there's no team chemistry, which I found really strange since these guys spent 2 hours on screen together. And just to put it in there, that really weird rushed introduction of Katana, that was bullshit because she's a fucking good character in the comics and they just put her in there. And the other dude that died, nobody really gave a shit that he died, and we all knew that he was going to die because he's being an idiot. But the team glue was definitely provided by Margot Robbie and Will Smith, which I found really bullshit just because they were the big draws of the movie. But nonetheless, there wasn't enough full team interaction. It was just very minor comic relief by those two. And I just felt that the film was way too crowded with characters that should have just cut out 2 or 3 squad members just to make it more memorable for the average film goer. And for a comic book fan, I was very confused as well. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, if I'm not mistaken, they only had 5 or 6 characters, but they all had really good screen time. They had the cohesion. They had everything that Suicide Squad didn't have, which I find that was very disappointing. But hey, they definitely have way more room to improve on this, and maybe Suicide Squad 2, they won't fuck up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Any notes to add, any Easter eggs that I've missed out on, because I know I missed out on a ton. But the next video I'm going to make is probably going to be about the Flash, Arrow, or Legends of Tomorrow.